Yeah. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, guys.
How you doing, my friend?
Pleased to be with you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Do you mean that, or are you just saying that?
I absolutely mean it. It's
I
great.
don't really get the feeling
It's great
that
to
you're
be here,
pleased
Mike.
to be with me ever. I'm glad you're here. For now, it looks like storm's coming in, man, and we might, I don't know what we got, a half hour before the power just goes
Yeah,
boom.
we got a generator. It'll be seamless.
I know. I hope it's seamless. But if it does go down, hang in there. We'll go fire up the generator and then come back in mere moments. It is Sunday. It's Members Party Sunday, and we got some wonderful people here. Twin Peaks, of course, is here.
Yes.
Supplying food and drink. I don't know what that drink was you made me.
Irish trash can.
Irish trash can. It was good, though. I liked it.
It was a pretty blue. It
You
kind of
hated the
reminded me of
Red
a
Bull.
shark bowl or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was waiting to put like 6 straws in it, and we'd all
Gummy
just sip
sharks.
together. Yeah, and I figured my tongue would be blue too. One of those. Look like a fool, but
Is it?
I don't. I don't know. Is it? You brought Haley with you.
Yeah.
Hi, Haley.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Which location you from? Madison Heights.
Yeah, Madison Heights.
Yeah. You didn't want to talk on the video.
No.
No. Do you want to talk now? You can take over.
No.
You got this, Haley. Go.
What
Take
did you
it.
bring, Haley? It's an interrogation. You guys brought chicks and wings and boneless chicks in and more chicks in.
Tots.
Tots. I know. Of course, you couldn't resist. You can eat your tots.
Don't forget what's in the fridge.
Oh, my pie. The pecan pie.
She made good on it.
Yeah,
Last
she did.
time she brought a little
I'm
sliver.
sorry, E. Stop
She
shaking
fucked
your
E. Yeah, she fucked E over. She was supposed to bring, what was it, the hangover burger or
Yeah.
something?
Right.
E has been bitching about that hangover burger
Well,
for like a month.
Marisa said there was going to be like 8 people, so I'm like, okay. Trying to take like 10 burgers over there is not.
Well, you
gonna
could have
be
just
a
brought
good
one.
idea.
It's a good point,
I'll
E.
bring one.
Was there not room in the
next
car?
time.
I know
Not a
there
bad
wasn't,
point.
there wasn't room for one burger in the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, too bad, E. Sorry.
I just didn't want someone to be like, well, why does he get a burger and I don't?
Because I'm on the show,
It's Member
goddammit.
Sunday.
Yeah, and so we've got Leslie is a member. Thank you, Leslie, for being a member. Appreciate that. Tim as well. This is a make good. You were supposed to be here a different time, so you guys coming in together tonight. Sharon is here as well. We've got you were supposed to bring someone else. Was it Aaron? He spells his name with an E, like a girl, Aaron. Fuck, that's got to be rough. That's tough. What happened to him? He pussed out. Yeah. All right. Trav is here. Corey's here.
Hot Easus.
Hot Eases, sexy Eases.
Look
in
at
the
them
background.
sitting next to each other. It's remarkable.
It is. It's like like a successful Easus on the right, and like that's what you'd look like if you were just a loser.
If you just let it go, Trav.
just let it all
Just
go.
let it go. Just let go of everything.
If you were more unkempt, that's what you'd look like. Can you try on Easus's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles T-shirt, or go get him your fuck off Blink 182 sweatshirt. Let's see what Hot Easus looks like in that. No, I'm glad you're here. Trav and Mike McCool were here on Thursday. We were till what, midnight, cleaning this place up, trying to get that room ready for some band action, live band stuff.
Hell
So
yeah.
so it was a lot of work. We had some men here though. It's nice having men around the house and getting that room fired up. That's gonna be a lot of fun. As you can tell, my voice still sucks, and so I'm fighting through that. So if you wouldn't mind, Jay, taking it from here.
Oh, you have the entertainer's secret there, right? Give it a little squirt.
Something's wrong with the nozzle. It won't spray.
Undo it and pour it down, man.
I thought about that. I don't know.
Can you
We'll
OD
see.
on entertainer's secret?
I don't think you
Here,
can.
let me see that. Let me see what it is.
Careful, don't spill my entertainer secret.
As
Why
discussed,
don't you drive up to Walmart
yeah,
and get
you
a
can-
new one?
Or
was
through our
busy.
Amazon link, man.
All I have to do is shut the fuck up for like one day. Don't talk for a day.
take a little
and
shot
I
of
can't
it.
do it.
Take a little shot. Oh, dude. What's it taste like?
It's not. It tastes like you would think medicine. Like a NyQuil or something like that. It's all right. Anyway, thank you guys for coming in. I do want to get you guys out of here before the storms come barreling through. Thank you, as always, to the fine folks at Twin Peaks. Haley, hopefully you won't be a stranger. We'll see you again soon. Bailey, I know I'll see you. I like the blonde hair, by the way.
Thanks.
Is it platinum?
you.
It's platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go like white.
Really?
Yeah,
I
like
think you're there.
Storm. Like Storm.
So this is like stages? Like this is one stage and then
Yeah.
next week you'll get more done?
Why? Why do you have to do it in stages?
Because I don't want all my hair to fall out.
Oh, is that what happens?
Yeah.
You gonna do your eyebrows too?
No.
Definitely do that.
No. I look like an albino.
Hair head to toe.
I'm already pale.
No, you're not. You're all right.
For summer,
No,
Yeah, you're pretty pale
You
for
are.
summer. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll give you
see?
that.
See?
So, anyways, it looks good though. I like it.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, guys, for coming in, and we'll see you. I don't know when the next one is, but
Couple weeks.
we'll see you then. Anyway, how was your weekend, Jake?
Hey, it was great. Found
Good.
myself on the west side.
West Side. What was going on over there?
Let's see, blueberry picking. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna
We-
give you.
you know, can you ever just have like, oh yeah, I got shit faced, blew
no,
it out at a bar
no.
night.
Listen,
Blueberry
I went
picking?
blueberry picking. Then we went to the beach. I'll give you just take a guess how many pounds of blueberries we picked. Me and the fam. So there's 5
So
of us.
5 people. How old's the youngest?
She's a tiny girl.
Tiny
She's
girl.
10.
She's 10. Okay. The boys could pick.
She's
a
dexterous.
shitload.
She's
yeah,
dexterous.
Oh yeah.
You know?
How many pounds? So what does a pound of blueberries look like for context?
I mean, I don't know. You know,
like, is it a big bushel or is it like
Well,
just 2 handfuls
like,
makes up a pound?
see what I'm doing with my hands?
Yeah. Is that a jar, a mason jar, perhaps?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like that. How many?
12 pounds.
35.
Fuck you, really?
35 pounds. We're on a mission, Mike.
Wait, and you didn't bring any? What are you gonna
Dude,
do
I,
with
why don't we have any
I
blueberries?
totally meant to bring some. 35 pounds of blueberries, gentlemen. We're not freezing a single berry. Those things will be
Bullshit.
gone in 5 days.
Why?
Because
The
we
yogurt?
eat them by the handful.
Really?
You
Hell
walk
yeah.
by and you grab a handful and you just down them. Full of antioxidants, Mike.
Yeah,
they're
they're great for you.
delicious. Nature's candy.
35 pounds. Is that a little greedy? How much did that cost? Like, did they say you can take whatever you can grab in an hour or something?
No, it was $1.75 a pound. So we spent about $60 on blueberries.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
who
they're good,
who
though.
was the team leader? Who picked the most?
I definitely did. Yeah.
You did, really?
I was
would've said
trying to
Manfred
let's
or
go.
Russell.
You know, well, Manfred, God bless him, he doesn't eat blueberries. He
Yeah.
hates them.
Yeah.
So we just had like a slave there with us. Who
So was
was
he
just,
sandbagging? He was barely.
No, he
picking?
did well.
Yeah, he did.
He did
Did
his
well.
part.
I wonder, like, was there any level of like, were you really looking at how much each brought in and thought about yourself? Like, okay, they earned their keep today, or
Yeah, I mean,
like,
there's
you know
a
what I
little
mean?
bit of
That they
that.
drop
You
their
were-
things in a
you were
bucket.
Like, hey,
watching.
sweet pie, stop chatting over there. Let's go.
Yeah, step
stop
it up.
eating them. That's the thing. Is she's
Oh.
eating them the whole time.
I don't know if you knew this, but I was a strawberry picker
that
early
right?
in my career. Yeah, I was 12 at the time,
Uh-huh.
and tomato as well. So there was like at the end of the subdivision where I grew up. You know they just had this
Like
small
a community garden.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
That's
and they would
great.
give me like $2 an hour, and I just ate strawberries, and then I was fired when I got into
For-
a tomato fight with my buddy picking tomatoes.
Moop?
It was like
You and Moop?
No, it wasn't me and Moop, but it was like how do you put 2 12-year-old boys in a field like that with tomatoes and expect they're not going to get into a tomato
Yeah,
fight?
yeah, yeah.
Impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Oh, that's awesome. You had a little
Yeah.
community garden. I
yeah, I
love it.
lost that job though, which stinks. But
$2 an hour.
$2 an hour. I don't even
How
know
did
if I
that?
got
How did that
paid.
go down when they fired you? Like, I mean,
Basically, get the fuck out of here. You guys are wasting. You know, and it was a vicious tomato.
So was there a handler
Vicious.
there, like with a hoe and everything, doing his thing, and he sees you two knuckleheads
No.
just whipping tomatoes, or he just
Yeah.
sees a bunch of dead tomatoes all over the place?
It's one of those like they just a little field, small, right on the like Merriman Road.
Dude, I know where that is.
Yeah,
I
well,
can picture
there's
that.
a couple spots. One is like the florist. There's another one, but there's one like 7 in Merriman or just north of that, right at the edge of my subdivision.
Uh-huh.
And so it was. But it had like a little side thing so where they would sell shit on the street.
little farmer's market.
Yeah, and so they were in there, and we were just like off to the side of the house picking strawberries or tomatoes, whatever was growing at the time, and tomato fight ensues.
You and throwing shit at work. That's a theme because you and I almost got fired from Gene's Hardware for throwing salt. and
Could you get fired
throwing-
from Gene's Hardware? Let's be honest. Because we should have been, and we weren't.
How did I leave? Did I just.
In a blaze of glory, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. How did I?
Did you get like? I assume
get
that you
fired.
did. But
I don't
you got
know that
real
we ever
paychecks,
resigned.
Right? It
We
wasn't
should-
like under the table
Correct,
money
we got
or something.
paychecks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever resigned. I might still technically be an employee at Gene's Hardware.
Yeah.
I think I probably just no-showed and then never came back.
I mean, we threw everything there. We took bolts out of bins and chucked them in other ones. We took fluorescent light bulbs and chucked them off the balcony
best.
toward the dumpster.
Yeah.
Toward.
Got
you know,
close.
Made an amazing popping sound when
Oh,
it hit the ground.
best. The salt fights were legendary. They had what was it, like a warehouse
Yeah.
connected to the building. So you would just like walk through a door and all of a sudden you're in the middle of a warehouse with just pallets and pallets and pallets of whatever.
Rock salt and salt for water softeners.
Right.
It was the water softener salt that was the best because they're like pellets, little,
Yeah. And so
peanuts
we,
kind of.
of course, would just rip open a bag and because there'd be tons of them. And then six
enough to
six
spare.
guys 3-on-3 vicious.
How did no one lose an eye? You know, it's just because you were going for eyes.
Oh, yeah.
the whole time. You're like
trying to mortally wound your fucking
Yes.
buddies, of course. Yeah. No, we weren't smart. I mean, we had a bottle rocket fight in the basement of one of our buddies' house.
no one lost an eye there either.
No, and that was, dude, the smoke that is generated when 5,000 bottle rockets are lit.
That's what we didn't anticipate.
Yeah,
We anticipated the noise,
Yes,
the
the
things
whistling,
flying all
the-
over, but the,
the bat.
amount of smoke.
It was unreal. Now you know how those fucking groundhogs feel when you stuff those
Yes.
smoke bombs into the ground. It was
There was no ventilation down there because that was
None.
back in the day where there, of course, there were the small little windows that went, to the lawn. You're underground in a basement, but those weren't.
Absolutely.
You couldn't open those like
No.
you could today.
No,
No,
absolutely
those are just
not.
old school.
And how it didn't start a fire, remarkable. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But yeah, we do have kind of a history of throwing shit. I didn't realize that. There's probably other examples too.
Probably. Hey, Arnold Roofing is a listener-owned business that serves Southeast Michigan and surrounding areas since 1998. They specialize in repairs, replacements, and new roofs, of course. Arnold Roofing has the experience and knowledge to provide you a reliable product backed by quality workmanship and extensive warranties. Get this, they'll do the work with no money down. You pay at completion. That means Arnold Roofing is dedicated to your complete satisfaction. Go to arnoldroofing.com for free estimates and more information, or call 248-634-0189.
Hey, did you know the president of the United States is a racist? Again.
I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah, over the weekend.
Yeah.
Did you see his fucking tirade going after
Baltimore.
Elijah Cummings? Yeah, the Baltimore.
The president of the United States is racist.
That was Don Lemon.
Don Lemon, yeah. Do we need to teach people what the word racist
know.
means again? Like, it's just so.
Yeah.
Do people? I hope people do see through this. I guess if you just despise Trump, maybe you don't. You just fall right in line. But I'm reading it. I'm like, yeah, Baltimore kind of is a shithole. Sorry.
A
You know?
shithole, no question.
Yeah, I mean, so, and seeing these people, Bernie Sanders, coming after the president, and it's just
Hypocrisy abounds, doesn't it, Mike?
That's the problem. How is it just shamelessness? Is that what it is? Like, fuck it. What I said a year ago, the same thing, basically.
Politically expedient, right? Oh, wow, let's hit Trump for what he said. Boom. Forgetting what I said a year ago if I'm Bernie Sanders.
And people are, I love people that are going, well, he's going after the group of the 4 freshmen, Congress people.
The squad.
The squad, who are all brown or black, and then Elijah Cummings black, proving what a racist is. I'm like, doesn't that say the guy doesn't even look at if he's willing to constantly attack people like that? Doesn't that even I would think a true racist would try to keep that hidden a little bit. You know what I mean? You don't.
Well, I think, who was it, Greg Gutfeld, that tweeted out this weekend where he's like, he lists all these things Trump has done for black people.
Yeah.
And then he's like, if he's a racist, he's really doing a poor
Really
job
bad
at
at it. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole criminal justice reform, the whole trying to get ASAP Rocky out of jail
Hell
in Sweden,
yeah.
which is hilarious.
What is he accused of double murder or something?
No, he got in a fight. He got in a street brawl.
Oh, okay.
And so he's worked to get ASAP Rocky out of custody in
Look,
Sweden.
I want
That's
Mr.
what our
Rocky
president
out of-
has taken hours to do.
ASAP Rocky is top of the list. I want to get that done.
ASAP.
ASAP. Let's move on this ASAP Rocky thing ASAP. So yeah, so I don't even know how this started. Elijah Cummings has been attacking Trump about the
Did
border.
you know that Elijah Cummings marched at Selma?
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They need to tell you that.
I just wanted you to
Yeah.
be sure to mention that.
Yeah, everybody mentions that. So, racist. I'm a racist. He was, so Bernie Sanders is saying, yeah, it was unbelievable that we have a president of the United States who attacks American cities, attacks Americans, attacks somebody who's a friend of mine. Well, Bernie, I don't care that he attacked a friend of yours. I really don't. I find it interesting that when we have rural Republican districts, the life expectancy is going down, where downtowns are boarded up, people are struggling. People are struggling in rural America, Jay. They're struggling in urban America and suburban America. And our job is to bring people together, prove life for all people, blah, 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 spoken like a real politician. Not to have a racist president who attacks people because they're African American. This is a disgrace. And that's why we're going to defeat this president in 2020.
So they're just completely reading intent into this tweet. Did you
Sure.
read the tweet yet?
I haven't read it yet. I'm trying to think what the original one was. I've got it somewhere. It's somewhere in here. residents of Baltimore's, let's see, fuck, I thought I had it in front and center, sorry. The Baltimore Sun editorial board is also attacking the mayor of Baltimore as well. All just, flat out racist, racist, racist. I'm like, I don't know that that's just racist what he said. He's talking about Baltimore statistically is a shithole. Education level, poverty level. There was a video that came out showing the streets of Baltimore, and so we call them rodent infested, blah, 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 shitholes, basically.
Haven't you seen The Wire?
What's that?
Haven't you seen The Wire?
Yeah.
Everybody knows Baltimore's a shithole.
Let's see. God damn it. Where is it? It's going to piss me off. Do you have it, Jay?
I'm looking right here. Elijah Cummings has had his chance to address it, crime and conditions in Baltimore, for decades, and he hasn't gotten it done. How can he get it done when he just wants to use his oversight committee to hurt innocent people and divide our country? And then he goes on.
I got it here.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's been a brutal bully, shouting and screaming at the great men and women of the Border Patrol about conditions at the southern border, when actually his Baltimore district is far worse and more dangerous. His district is considered the worst in the United States, as proven last week during a congressional tour. The border's clean, efficient, and well-run, just very crowded. Cummings' district is a disgusting rat and rodent-infested mess. That's the key. Sounds right there. If he spent more time in Baltimore, maybe he could help clean up this very dangerous and filthy place. Racist.
Didn't he say no human being wants to live there?
Yeah, something like that.
That was the big one too, Mike. That's where it was like,
Why?
I'm a human being, and I live there.
But do you want to live there?
I know.
And there's
course.
nice places. You can go to Detroit and find pockets of nice areas, but, that's obviously not what he's talking about. And so everybody has to jump on board now. Nancy Pelosi. Representative Cummings is a champion in the Congress and the country for civil rights and economic justice, a beloved leader in Baltimore and deeply valued colleague. We all reject racist attacks against him and support his steadfast leadership.
Aren't we to the point where, the old boy who cried wolf story really does apply, right? Where you start to just hear racist, 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 racist. Does it have any effect anymore? Whatsoever?
That's a great question.
Well, the question to me is, does it have an effect on people who didn't think he was a racist before, or the people? Because the people that I know, like some of my friends on Facebook, that post political shit. Every one of these things, when you say it happens,
they're preaching
they just
to the
take
choir.
it right. They just take it every time again.
Does
and
it
go,
have any effect on somebody who's just like, wait, what? What did the president say? Oh, wait, he's being. Oh my God, our president is racist.
Well,
Aren't we just so beyond? Like, we've just heard the word racism and racist
Yeah.
over and over and over.
I think you're giving too much credit to people. I think people follow along and it's like, oh, that's racist. It's like, as per the definition of racism, that doesn't quite meet the bar. You know what I mean? In my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion, I think people are sick and tired of the boy who cried wolf thing that you're talking about.
Well, what did he say that had anything to do with race? It's just that it's just imputing that into his statement.
Of course, and I heard people saying that. Well, it's interesting that he only is attacking the squad who are all of color, and Cummings who's of color. It's like, yeah, that's what he does. If we've known that forever. You attack him, he hits back. That's like the whole game. Have you not figured that out yet? Whoever does. That goes for de Blasio. He's blasted the fuck out of de Blasio. Nancy Pelosi. Basically, San Francisco is turning into a shithole in her district. Called her out as well. But it's just, I don't know. To me, I think you don't think it's that big a deal. Politics at its finest. To me, I think it's very, very dangerous. I think it's a bad to see our leaders going this far. It's just, it is what it is. Elijah came back. Mr. President, I go home to my district daily. Each morning I wake up and I go and I fight for my neighbors. It is my constitutional duty to conduct oversight of the executive branch, but it is my moral duty to fight for my constituents. Spoken like a true politician. I did find it interesting. There was one guy. Do you have the video, the Twitter video of this guy who had, I don't know can you see how many Twitter followers he has now? Because he had about 30 this morning when he sent this video out. He's a Baltimore resident, I think, or from Baltimore. And sent this out. And the funny thing about Bernie Sanders, going back to him, he sent stuff out, had the mortality rate in Baltimore is worse than, North Korea. And conditions look like a third world country. He said basically the same shit. And now he's blasting the president for saying it. But this guy who's got up to 117, well, that's views.
He's got over 3,000 followers now.
So he's picked up like 2,800 followers today. But go ahead and we can play a little bit of his video.
You know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. Because this is the most ridiculous shit that I think I've ever experienced since Trump won the fucking presidency. Y'all, Baltimore, y'all bitching that Trump brought some attention to Baltimore, one of the most crime-riddled fucking places in America. Top 5 in murders? Crime-riddled Baltimore? Y'all mad at Trump for bringing attention to Baltimore. The only thing the black community you've been bitching about, right, is the lack of attention brought to these communities. These terrible, impoverished, crime-riddled, murder capital communities. That's the only thing y'all been bitching about. Trump does it. Trump does it. He points out that piece of shit, Cummings, that you motherfuckers elected. That doesn't do shit. He doesn't do shit. And you motherfuckers want to hop on Twitter, and say, yeah, Baltimore ain't that bad. You motherfuckers have not been to Baltimore. Have you been to Druid Heights? Have you been anywhere in Baltimore? Anywhere, like besides the fucking rich areas? And like, by the way, anybody can go to a fucking bad neighborhood, take some pictures of some fucking murals and fucking statues, and claim that's a fucking nice neighborhood based on that. I can go to South Side Chicago or Inglewood right now and take some pictures of some somewhat beautiful places, and like, oh, Chicago ain't that bad. See that? Y'all see that picture of Martin Luther King? Not that bad. You gotta be like the dumbest motherfuckers. The dumbest fuckers on planet Earth. The only thing we have been bitching about, like since the election of Obama, is that no attention is getting brought to these neighborhoods. None. Nada. No attention is getting brought to the black community. Trump does it. Trump brings attention to the shithole known as Baltimore. Y'all call him a racist. You call him a racist? No. I can't believe it. I'm in awe.
Well said. And if you look at the comments on there, he's getting tremendous support for those statements. Like, people are afraid to say it, you know, especially people don't want to come out publicly and talk about this stuff and say, yeah, what he just said.
Yeah.
And so he's getting a lot of praise.
Well, and whenever there's
that.
a black person who supports Trump in any way, all the Trump supporters go, see, look, retweet,
one of them.
retweet, look, here's a
Unicorn.
black guy.
Unicorn. I kind of agreed with his sentiments, though. You know, could the president have said it in a nicer way? Perhaps. Rat infested, you know, basically a shithole. But yeah, that's the way he is. What are you gonna do? See Jessica Alba, her Twitter.
Yeah, it kind of
hacked
went
over the
squirrely,
weekend.
didn't it?
Yeah. It's just funny to see her little smiling picture,
know.
her name with a blue check,
And
it's
this
like,
heinous shit being said.
so yeah, someone hacked her shit on Saturday night.
They weren't very nuanced about the fact that it had been hacked, were they?
No, not really.
Wouldn't you have more fun? Like, wouldn't you be more nuanced? Like, have a little bit of fun?
What do you mean? What
I don't
do you
know.
think?
Just say something like maybe she might say.
Yeah, I would start that way,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
progressively
of
get
course.
worse and worse. You know,
Roll it downhill.
Yeah,
and-
I don't know what you would say about Jessica Alba.
I don't
you
know.
know what I mean?
Don't
Like-
even really know who she is. I mean, I know what she looks like. What's she in?
Well, she stopped
what'd she
being
do?
in anything, and I think she focuses on beauty care products or some shit. She owns her own company. She's married to Cash, a gentleman named Cash.
Don't know
Super
Cash.
nice guy. He was at the. She was the guest.
Who's Cash?
Nobody. Just her husband. But Cash has been with her forever. She was the guest when Jimmy Kimmel hosted his show from Detroit for the Super Bowl. And so we got to go to that and hang out in the back area. They had a party going on, and I fucking did shots all night with Cash and her dad.
Cash. And
Yeah, and Jimmy Kimmel's band. They were all back there
my
too.
God.
And so, you know, I think Jessica's beautiful, but yeah, I don't know that anyone was gonna find this terribly believable. But her first tweet was paying $50,000 for anyone that can kill a handicap fucker for me.
See?
DM's open.
See, you gotta be more subtle.
Like, dude,
you gotta limp into it. Stick your toe in the water.
I mean, you would if Jessica Alba actually said, there's no way. Handicap fucker for me, DM's open. Come on, man. And then next she tweeted,
What a randomly strange thing to say, too. You know.
yeah, well, obviously she had to run it with a handicap fucker. And 50 grand to kill him. Nice. Police sirens in the distance again. When will N-word stop committing crime so I can get some fucking sleep?
Wow.
That doesn't sound like Jessica Alba either.
Not the one I know.
God, I can't stand handicapped fuckers. Nazi Germany did nothing wrong, and that's on God, N-words. And then she wants to free, who's the guy you're talking about? A$AP Rocky. Yeah, she really, she really wants to help him out. Let's see. Man, I hate Packies. Fuck those magic flying carpet riders. I can't imagine her saying that either. And then this is really weird because she's a champion for women, I think, right? Like strong woman, breadwinner in the house.
This all seems out of character.
Cash brings cash to the household in name only. Okay? Let's be very, very clear about that. Listen up, women. There's a reason why God made men stronger than you. It's because rape is a force of good that should be celebrated. If a man wants to fill you with his big cock, you should learn to relax, orgasm, and thank him. Heil Hitler. Hashtag bust down.
Wow, that included just about everything.
Yeah.
Heil
People
Hitler.
were really offended by that. And I'm almost positive she would never say something like that. Heil Hitler, he did nothing wrong. Hashtag facts. Bush didn't do 9/11. It was all planned by a handicapped fucker. Those using text to speech. He's getting out of control with that one.
Handicap fuckers.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, Sin City. Those are her big ones, right?
Yes. She was in...
Spy Kids. Little Fockers.
Do you know who she is? Look
Yeah,
at her.
yeah.
She had a good role on, what was the Entourage.
Oh, okay.
On HBO, right? E, do you remember?
I don't remember. But
Almost positive that was her in that. Did you see it on her IMDb or whatever?
I'm on Wikipedia. Going through early life right now.
Entourage, yeah, I saw. Yeah, I don't know. She's just really, really hot. And
I've seen her do makeup commercials or something. Yeah, she looks.
yeah, she owns her own company. She's getting sued all the time. Boy, oh boy, Jay. I'm going to hang this in the studio at the end of today's show. Colorado State University is reacting to reports that it was considering discouraging people from using the terms listed in the document. This is the inclusive language guide, and I had no idea. On the table, they ended up passing on this, but America and American,
Yeah, I know.
they were considering saying that was offensive.
Are they following
to
Berkeley's
say.
lead? Was it Berkeley?
I don't think it was Berkeley. It could have easily been.
Yeah,
It was
some progressive
yeah.
township or city on the in California, right?
Yes.
maintenance hole.
Yes, the maintenance hole.
That's what I was
is a
trying
big
to
one.
think of. What that word
Oh
was.
yeah, that was
Awesome.
one of our favorites. There's some other ones, guys, and
So these are words that you shouldn't just even say because when you said America, American, are you talking about for papers or not?
well, this is a guide, and they're trying to almost distance themselves, like, hey, this is a reference point, not demanding that it go into effect, but people were asking, how do we be more inclusive? So they came out with this list as a teachable moment for all of us. I think we can all learn something from the fine university, Colorado State.
Give us some highlights.
All right. Addicted and like crack.
Oh yeah, but you can't use crack fries
Oh man,
anymore. Remember?
Yeah.
For
man.
those people who have been addicted to crack, that's pretty triggering. offensive,
Exactly.
demeaning.
Or if they've known somebody that had an issue with drugs.
Some loose-lipped, not thinking, inconsiderate, unwoke bae would say, "Oh man, I'm addicted to Netflix." Someone that's actually addicted is an earshot of that, and you've ruined their night, apparently.
crack fries, right?
Right, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
Was that Hopcat?
Yep.
Downtown, right?
Yep.
They took crack fries off the menu.
I forget what they're called now, but I don't even care what they call them now because I would just
Delicious
still
or
call them
excellent.
crack
They
fries,
say you should use delicious or excellent as a replacement for like crack. Okay.
Who is saying that? Honestly, for real, like that was crack fries was a bad example because that was actually in the restaurant. But when you say like
Crack fries is very appropriate.
No.
I mean, it really is.
But I'm saying
very addicting. Oh man, these are like crack fries. I can't stop eating them. They're so good.
But I'm saying, like in your your thing, or the Colorado thing, like does people use crack that often as an example of? Like honestly, I just don't
I
hear that
wouldn't
many
think
people.
so, but it's on the list.
Okay.
Just to be aware in those few examples where you would like
The funny
to
thing
use
is if
crack
you-
as a reference point, don't.
The thing is, if you say that you can't use like, oh man, these potato chips are like crack, they're addicting. Then literally, why can you say any level? Why can you even say beer? Why can you say let's go get a beer? There might be somebody that has known somebody that has an alcohol problem.
Beer is not on their list, Jesus, and I'm
I know,
not
but
going
it
to
should
add
be.
to
That's
it.
my point.
You call the university up. Tell them you're triggered, upset.
I mean, if you're saying that crack is enough, then why would it not just be anything?
Can you imagine we can't find a verb that fits, like, oh man, we can't get creative with our verbs on any level anymore. They're all so you just delicious. How are those fries? Delicious. Excellent. I find them quite pleasing to eat.
That's more where you should go, Mike. I mean,
So if you were someone willy-nilly throwing out, oh, I'm addicted to Netflix, they want you to now just say, I'm hooked.
Okay.
What about Captain Hook, some guy with a hook hand? He hears that, triggered.
Hooked.
I'm a devoted fan of. Hello, Jay. I'm a devoted fan of Netflix. You'd go, fucking weirdo, get out of my house. I
The
don't.
message here is we need to clean up our language, gentlemen. Big time.
Americas. The Americas encompass a lot more than the United States. There's a South America, Central America, Mexico, Canada, and the Caribbean, just to name a few. Yet, when we talk about the Americans in the United States, we're usually just referring to people from the United States. Yes, there's only one group of Americans that matter. The ones from the United States.
Obviously.
The others are
kidding.
definitely footnotes down the list. Anyone else? Anyone want to argue that?
no.
I mean, come on, dude. They are the fucking JV squad. Any other American reference is the JV
We're
squad.
going to refer to those other ones as shithole countries.
Right.
If we refer to them at all.
At all.
If we have to.
I'm not crazy about keeping America in the title of them anyways, to be totally honest with you. I'm not going to, that's not a hill to die on for me.
I'm with you.
So yeah, we're usually referring to people from the United States. This erases other cultures and depicts the United States as the dominant American country. Yeah, no shit.
Yes. That
Yes.
we were meaning to do that when we
It's
said
not-
America.
The debate was settled forever ago. The United States is. How do you argue that it's not the dominant America in the Americas?
It's hard to argue that.
I didn't even know. Basket case? Can't say basket
Why
case
not?
anymore. By the way, you're supposed to say U.S. citizen or person from the United States. They said that they took that off the list. They decided against adding that. I just have an earlier edition. The fact that it was even
On the
put
draft.
on the fucking draft in the first place says how insane you are. Basket case. So Green Day is fucked. They can't even play that song probably anymore.
What does it say the reason for that is?
Well, it originally referred to a person, usually a soldier from World War I, who had lost all 4 limbs. And the basket, in this sense, refers to the basket that the person would need to be carried around.
I had no idea. That's so awesome.
Great.
Oh my God.
How many people lost all 4 limbs and were carried around in a basket?
I had no idea that's
Isn't that dope?
where that derived.
Fucking awesome. I want to use it more often now.
Now you're supposed to just say, I'm nervous. You're not a basket case.
Didn't you just picture like basket case was like, all they have is what they can put in a basket and carry with them. So they're kind of like, they're in a bad time, you know?
I like this version
That's
better.
great. No,
Way
I
better.
know. I never assumed it was something like that.
By the way, how many World War I veterans who lost all 4 limbs are still on planet Earth? Because that's who we risk offending.
Well, how many were there? Like you said, that there was a term for it. That people are like, oh, look, another basket case over here. Like,
I mean, is it possible there's 1, maybe 2 basket cases left in this country?
No, there's no one from World War I.
There you go. Then who are we protecting?
and even if there was, at this point, they would have had something done on them. I don't think they're still being carried around in baskets anymore. Like,
They'd be chaired up proper.
Right. They
They'd
would
be
be.
blowing into a straw.
Yes. Birth defect.
I can see where they're going with that one.
Really?
To be fair.
He's got a birth defect. She's got a.
Nobody's defective at birth. They're all special. Everyone's special.
It generalizes the population and minimizes personhood. Okay,
That's right.
the word defect implies a person is subpar or somehow incomplete.
Exactly.
They are. Hence, birth defect. Not subpar, I guess. That's not fair. So what you say now is like, oh, when you go, ooh, what's up with her face?
Ugh. What happened to his hand?
That's a person with a congenital disability, Jay. Hello.
you know, even that again, I'm telling you, some of
Or a
these
person
things,
with a birth anomaly, not a defect.
some of these things, I swear to God, like I really just don't think that people say that even that often. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you really, if Jay
These
goes,
are
oh, what's the
outmoded
issue with
terms.
this
These are
person?"
outmoded terms.
Right,
Like
there's-
saying bomb out or something. Bomb out. That chick's a fox. It's like,
Bomb. I didn't even know what bomb out was.
remember Bomb Out, don't you?
Chick's a fox.
Right? They're outmoded.
It is, yeah.
But like, yeah, but birth defect.
Yeah.
I don't even see that many
Shut
people.
up, you birth defect.
Like, oh, look at that big birth defect that so and so has. Don't they just? Oh, look at they got a fucking whatever.
Oh yeah, no, look at that. It's usually what, like you would say that Gorbachev had a birth defect. Would that be a birth defect? The port wine stain on his
Yeah,
head?
it's like a crazy birthmark on, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you just go, ugh, ugh. You might shudder. Ugh. Got the willies like up.
Don't look at it.
Ugh.
Don't stare at it. That's a person with a congenital disability, if I've ever seen one.
I guess you can say it like that though. It's fine, right? Wow, look at that congenital disability. What was it?
Yeah. Congenital disability. Gross. That's a hideous congenital disability.
I don't think you can say gross before it. I'm just guessing.
But you could
but
say
you can't
wow.
say ugh. You go ugh.
Ugh.
Boy, oh boy, that's quite a congenital disability you got going there.
Congenital disability. So like, wow, what a congenital disability. Whew.
And
Jesus.
you cannot physically defend against the case of the willies. So if you get the willies, there's
Yeah.
it's not your fault.
It's like the pea shivers.
It's just, ugh, ugh.
I got the willies looking at your birth anomaly.
Congenital
I think that person would still be offended if you went, ooh, look at his birth anomaly.
I don't think you can point either. I'm just guessing.
The blind, the deaf, eye for an eye.
It's just they're trying to describe that guy's blind.
Using phrases that associate blindness or deafness as negative can be problematic for folks with these disabilities.
Like if you said the ref's blind, Jay. I mean, come on now. There might be a blind person watching.
What are we supposed to say instead of blind? Hit me with
person who is blind or person who is deaf or hard of hearing.
it. Okay.
Isn't
We give them personhood.
great.
We grant them that.
We grant them that. They're humans.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they're sort of usable. Like,
Hugh persons, I mean, sorry. So using phrases that associate blindness or deafness as negative, they are fucking
totally.
negative.
Yes.
Is there anyone
yes,
that's
you'd
like,
rather be able to see.
oh, thank God I was born without sight?
I wouldn't mind
Got
a
it.
lack of olfactory sense around certain people.
Yeah.
But that's the one sense. I mean, the rest of them you need. Touch? Are you kidding me?
Touch
Go
is
around with
huge.
oh,
Remember when E said he'd get rid of touch?
yes.
Like,
Like, which
of the
sense?
senses, which one would
Like
you
number
go
one,
without?
can't take touch away. Sight and touch, dude.
Cakewalk takes the cake. Now let's say that.
What?
Slaves.
Wait, go back
Anytime you
to
go back to slaves, like
what's
coming there?
cakewalk. What the hell is wrong with it?
I'll tell you what's wrong with cakewalk.
Number one, it's outmoded. No one says that
Who
anymore.
says cakewalk?
Right? That's a total cakewalk.
Is that what is that? It's that was easy.
Yeah.
Something's easy as a cakewalk. Slaves would covertly mock white slave owners. That's not nice. Mocking people's not nice. But they would, through exaggerated dance, to mimic white aristocrats. Perhaps unaware of the subversive origin of the dancing, slave owners began holding balls for entertainment where slaves would perform these dances to win a cake.
Oh my god.
Not so fucking fun to throw cakewalk around anymore, is it?
I'm done with cakewalk.
I am too. That actually, like,
expensive.
if that's true, it's
That's
like, oh yeah,
awful.
cakewalk's fucked, man. I ain't doing that. Cakewalks became popular through the racism of 19th century minstrel shows. So just that was easy. How was that task for you, Jay?
It was a cakewalk.
It does sound better. CP victim spastic or spaz. Can't say that.
Yeah, spaz got taken away from me years ago. I
It
remember
did?
that. Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
Why?
that. I was like, fuck, man.
I didn't know spaz was off the
Yeah,
list.
yeah. I tried to call him a spaz early on, and you guys were like, whoa.
Spread out.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm going to argue that you could put spaz back on the list.
There's a character named Spaz in the Meatballs movies. Remember him?
Really?
With Bill Murray, Spaz was
I
like.
thought you were talking about
Spaz.
Cloudy with a Side of Meatballs.
No, the Meatballs movies.
Okay.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Crazy, nuts, maniac, lunatic, insane, deranged, psycho, demented, depressed, OCD.
You can use all those?
No.
Well,
Say-
I need a replacement for Spaz. What do I do?
For spaz.
Call
Okay.
him Big E?
Using these terms to describe a hyperactive person is offensive as it implies that people with cerebral palsy are somehow not normal.
It's my favorite palsy.
People with cerebral palsy are not normal by right.
As compared to the rest of the population, they are abnormal.
They are not normal. But
Not saying they're less
look,
than.
don't imply that someone with CP is abnormal, that it is not normal. Person with person with cerebral palsy or person with spastic cerebral palsy, that's your favorite. Spastic cerebral palsy?
Boy.
That's hard to turn down, dude.
Yeah.
Throw spastic in front of anything.
So I can't use spaz, but if I use spastic, then it's more
Depends.
clinical.
If it's clearly tongue-in-cheek at someone's expense, no.
I can't point.
Be like, spastic.
Ugh, I can't do that. Ugh.
No, you cannot and point. Let's see here. If your intent is to describe something that is unpredictable, you can use that term, or wild.
Okay,
So crazy, nuts, all those.
got it.
Terms crazy and nuts refer to people who were often institutionalized against their will. Using these terms to describe something that is surprising or unexpected implies that people experiencing mental health challenges are somehow not normal.
Oh my God,
Yeah, they're
just-
fucking not.
Yeah, as compared to the rest of
Sorry.
the population, they're
What
clearly abnormal.
their definition of normal is just expanding wildly.
Incredible.
Like we all know what normal range is, right? No offense.
I mean,
to
I
the
know it when I
spastic
see
of
it.
the
I
world.
know it when I see it, Mike.
Yes. Wow, look at that spastic individual. He's a crazy lunatic. He's not normal. He doesn't fit into this particular
Right.
range. No offense. Sorry. Likewise, depressed and OCD are sometimes inappropriately used to describe a mood, appreciation of things being organized.
Well, we have some work to do, guys. If we're gonna clean this up.
There's just a few left, and you're not going to like this.
Do not.
Dwarf and midget.
No. Can I say fidget?
Fidget hasn't made the list. Do you know what technically gets you into the fidget group or the dwarf group? How do you gain membership into the dwarf?
Are you asking me for a certain height?
Yeah,
So you,
dwarf is
equal to or less than 4'2".
it's a condition that results in a stature below 4'10".
Wow.
Yes, that's what dwarfism gets you. The average height of a dwarf is
4'5".
4 foot. Did I tell you?
Yeah, you texted me a video
Did I talk
of the
about it
dwarf
on the show?
convention.
When I was in California, there was a pack of women dressed up to the like going to prom, dressed up proper, one on a scooter, all midgets, 6 of them, and I'm like, to see a pack of fucking midgets walk by,
Yeah,
is
it's remarkable.
incredible. It walked by, and I ran up to my sister. I go,
It
"You
walked by."
fucking asshole!" She goes, "What?" I go, "You had to see that thing coming. How did I not get my camera out in time?" They walk by again.
Thank God.
And I fucking get my video going. And I sent this to Jay. And I'm filming, like pretending to film my niece.
It's a procession.
Who's 3. I'm like, Maddie, over here, look at the camera. Madison's over here. Dwarf Parade is going by here. And they come into frame. It's the fucking greatest video ever.
It was a fidget formal.
Dude, there has not been this many fidgets in public since Lucas filmed Empire. Okay? They had the LPA, Little People of America, like convention in the hotel next to the restaurant we were at. And this was their formal. And there were by the hundreds. You have no idea how many exist. They were hitting on each other. They were getting shit-faced.
Were there handlers there? Blowguns?
There had to be someone with a blow dart.
Right?
Somewhere.
Put them down.
Dude, some of them were actually bangable. Like some of it. I was
Really?
like, I think I'd hit that, man. I think I'd fuck that midget. And it was like, she didn't have the normal, like, bulbous features that some do. And I don't
Yeah.
know what technically that one is. But it was like, oh shit, chick's kind of cute. Way hotter than that guy. That guy's playing out of his league. But seeing them like, yeah, let me buy you another drink. I went up to the top floor and there's a bar that overlooks like the whole fucking city, one of those. And that's where they were. And it was just like a fuck, dude. It was
Well, what good is that? They had to have a railing, right? Like,
they
No?
weren't paying much attention. They ignored the fact that there were windows. They were focused inside. But it was, shirts were undone, ties were loosened,
Wow.
and fucking dudes were macking.
that's hilarious.
And it was funny, dude. It was it was so crazy. But yeah, some of them you'd be like, that's borderline. That's just a short chick, maybe. Yeah.
God,
But
it
we
wouldn't take
can't
that
call
much to
them-
get them drunk either, right? Like they'd have to.
My guess is no.
So man, it'd be a cheap drunk situation.
One of them popped in the elevator and was holding court. This guy was confident as shit. The elevator's packed, go to the top.
Yeah.
And this dude was, He's walks in, last guy in, and just started. I can't remember what he was saying, but he took over the room with like all
Command, huh?
I don't know what are we supposed to call it, like adult version human beings. Like the rest of the elevator. was-
Regular people.
that implies that they're not regular,
Normal?
normal people. Whatever. I don't know what it is. Anyway, don't say dwarf or midget. You're supposed.
What are
person
you
of-
supposed to say? Hey there, you there, small fellow.
Which one? No, you don't call him small fellow. No. That's even worse. Small fry? You call them little person, which is going to get used, and then little person's going to be off the table.
To me, that is like super condescending sounding.
Right?
Yeah.
When they were all
So how
wearing
long
their,
have you been a little person? I mean,
they were wearing their badges, like they all had ID,
Yeah.
you know, in case they got loose out in the wild or something, they could identify them and bring them back.
you think they're chipped?
Oh, probably, yeah. LPA, and it's like Little Persons of America, and I was like, that just sounds so much worse.
It does, man.
I mean,
Then
dude,
fidget?
if I was midgeted up proper, I just want to, dude, don't call me that. It's fucking, patronize me with that shit. I'm a midget. Own it. I'm a fucking dwarf, dude. Know the difference. You can call him a little person or a person of short stature.
Okay.
Sounds so condescending. Look at that fucking person of short stature.
That sounds way worse.
Way
dude.
worse. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Come on, man.
Dude, I didn't make the list, man.
How are you supposed to pick the guy who's it?
I don't know. Here's the problem. The original song, and you guys are all familiar with this.
Oh,
with
it's
your
gonna be
white fucking
racist, isn't
privilege.
it?
All you whiteys. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. The original song replaces tiger with an offensive word aimed at African Americans. We all know what that word is.
Come on.
Yep. So you're supposed to say randomly selected instead of
Randomly.
randomly selected.
And you are not it with
And
a
you
dirty,
are-
dirty dish rag on your toe? No? Can't say toe. Can we say toe in any part of this?
Yeah, I mean, you might offend someone without feet, but sure.
My mother said your mother. Wasn't there a mother part? Remember
I
that?
have to step on cracks or something. And
Something like that.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
My mother's. So if it went to you, you always continued, right?
Right, of course. Freshman. Using man term excludes women. Non-binary gender identities. So you call them first year.
Right.
Gyp is out because of the whole gypsy. I
Yes.
got gypped on that.
Yes, we learned that a couple years ago. That was shocking to me.
Handicapped, disabled, crippled, suffers from, afflicted with, victim of, invalid, lame, deformed, handicapped parking. All out.
Really, they have the temerity to tell us we can't use victim of? That's what this whole fucking list is.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of victimhood.
Well, look, it implies that people with disabilities are not capable. And in some instances, they're not capable. If they're capable, why do they have all the fucking parking spaces?
As compared to normal
Right?
people.
Normal people, really? What year is this, man? Normal people? Person with a disability, people with disabilities, uses leg braces is acceptable. Accessible parking is what we're supposed to say.
Ah, okay.
Parking for people with disabilities.
Didn't they change up the symbol too to make it less offensive
Yeah,
somehow?
at some point, I forgot. You're right.
They,
Yeah, there's
they
something about
pulled
that.
him up,
Tried.
right?
Did they?
I think that, yeah, he's got
They
a little like
gave him some speed.
Yeah, he's leaning forward and shit.
Yeah.
I
He
think.
looked really straight up before, like it was just kind of like, ew, that's looks
Have
awful.
we,
but
are
they,
we going across the
they
line
made him
here?
they made him look dynamic, right?
Yeah, I think they did. They just updated the logo
Yeah.
of the wheelchair guy. Have we crossed the line, by the way, with parking spaces we've established for X, like handicap? We got the
Yeah, look at him, man. Look at him
he's got-
go. He
yeah,
looks,
like
he
a
looks
racer.
vital, right?
Looks
he
like
looks-
he could play murder ball. Remember that? The wheelchair like rugby game. Or
Yeah.
whatever?
He could do a lot. That's what you read into that. Yes, man.
fully capable. That guy on the left is a bummer.
Yeah, seriously. The guy on the left, huge bummer.
Yeah.
Guy on the right is like, all right, man.
Like you want to hang
Here we
out
go.
with the guy on the right. The guy on the left is like, ugh, party's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who's here?
Look at those symbols. That one on the left, it's just funny to me.
Where is this brought up in the meeting where it's like, guys, we've
There was
we have-
huge grant money contributed to this. Like hundreds of thousands of dollars went into this design. No question.
someone was wrapping up a meeting and went, all right, if no one's got anything else left, someone went, look, I can't ignore this any longer. Look, the handicap symbol that we're using right now, that guy's a bummer, and I think it needs to be addressed. People are like, fuck.
I disagree with you. I don't think it came at the end of the meeting. I think this was front and center.
This was its own meeting?
Oh, this is meetings for years.
Why
Yeah,
though?
this took a lot of money and effort to get that done.
They should have at least given him a neck, though. Like, his head is just floating.
What if someone doesn't have a neck, E? It's offensive as shit to them. Maybe,
I know,
maybe their
but-
handicap is they don't have a neck.
It's like the little brother on South Park, right? Like that floating kind of head
Yeah,
off the
the
body.
Canadians.
Oh, or
All the Canadians have that. Hip, hip, hooray.
Come on, man.
Don't say it. Don't do it. You just say hooray, okay? Hip, hip is the problem. Apparently, and this is hotly debated, whether or not this is true. They're just saying it's true. They don't know where hip, hip, hooray came from. But some people say this developed from the German hep hep, which was a harmless, adorable call shepherds would use when herding their sheep. But during the Holocaust, German citizens started using it as a rally cry when they would hunt down the Jewish citizens who were living in the ghettos. Yeah. Hold down the fort. Defend the fort.
Yeah,
Say
yeah,
that.
yeah, sure.
And the U.S. refers to guarding against Native American intruders and feeds into the stereotype of savages.
Oh my God.
Yeah, cover. So what you want to say now is cover the office or left in charge.
Look at how far down the line you have to go, right? You have to go,
Mm-hmm.
well, the fort, what would we be defending the fort from? Native Americans. See, Native Americans used to try to
Yeah.
attack fort.
When they
Those
were savages.
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 Well,
Savagery.
we can't say defend the fort anymore.
Long time no see. I didn't know this. Originally mocking Native Americans or Chinese people's broken English. Long time no see. And so long time no see was just like their broken English, like some Chinaman's trying to learn the language. And it would be like, oh, wrong time no see. He was saying something wrong like that. And so it's mocking them. I didn't even know that. They're teaching me how to be more racist. I didn't know long time no see was mocking of the Chinaman.
But it has independent meaning. I mean,
Right,
it's
like-
been a long time since I've seen that person.
Can't you just say,
Couldn't
I
you
haven't
say-
seen you in a long time? That's what they prefer.
Yeah, I'll try.
Man the booth? Mankind, man-made. You can see where this is going. You guys,
We like to say people kind, not necessarily mankind.
Mr., Ms., and Mrs.,
Oh, that's ridiculous.
while generally acceptable, using titles can be problematic when you are not aware of a person's gender identity and try to guess. Or when you use the title, when the use of the title is against a person's personal preference. These terms also exclude folks outside of the man and woman. So we're excluding people that aren't man or woman.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's offensive. Who exactly is outside of? Is that where you get into the whole fucking rain
Shamali.
dove
It's the Shamali. Yeah, beings.
beings?
Yeah.
Beings are sensitive, man. They really like, dude. I don't know what to tell you. You're not a fucking Mr. or Miss then. Sorry. First or last name, or you can call them MX. MX is a gender-neutral title.
I do now choose, by the way, on anything that I do. If they ask me for a gender, I always select. I prefer not to say it now. Always.
Yeah.
Like just little apps or something or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like,
He's setting up for the Boston Marathon run.
Right, sure.
As a female.
I mean, it's
With his female balls hanging out.
it's an option, so I might as well just pick it.
God damn it! I can see the shape of that lady's fucking dickhead through her shorts.
He's coming down the last straightaway with just his balls
fucking
and dong,
dong.
hanging out.
10 years ago, man, honestly, when
Here
I was
comes our
actually
first
running,
female runner, Eric Fady.
The chick's got the biggest dick I've ever seen on a chick.
when I was actually running 10 years, like if I had been in that shape now, I would do it. Like
Yeah.
honestly, if I could have back then just said I was a girl, and I'd be like, oh,
That
wow.
guy did that. The weightlifter
Yeah.
went in and just destroyed all the women's weightlifting titles
Right.
in like a
Need
day. Just to
Lack of
prove a
shame.
point.
That's all you need.
We can't say normal person anymore. It implies that other people, often people of color or people with disabilities, are not whole or regular people. All humans deserve the respect of being normal. Yeah, but all humans aren't fucking normal.
Well, what's normal, Mike?
Here's the problem with this one. There's no replacement, as if it is never as it is never appropriate to use this phrase to describe a person. Never.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't even give you an alternative. There is none. You call someone a normal person, you're a fucking monster.
Now I got you.
Paraplegic or quadriplegic. person with spinal cord injury,
You just
person
say
with
pleged? They're pleged.
paraplegia, you can say. Pleged, I think, is well, I don't know. Let's
Derogatory.
table that one for now. I think pleged is maybe still acceptable. Person who is paralyzed. Paddy wagon insults the Irish.
Yeah.
Peanut gallery. Why would peanut gallery be off the list?
I don't know.
It intends to reference hecklers or critics in the crowd. I've heard enough from the peanut gallery over here. Well, the problem is, in reality, the peanut gallery names a section in theaters, usually the cheapest and worst, where many black people sat during the era of vaudeville. So you just refer to them as the crowd or the audience. Powwow?
Oh, come on, man.
Use
Native
meat
Americans.
or get together, yeah. Unless you're Native American. If you're Indian, apparently you can still say powwow.
Back in the early 80s, I went door to door selling powwow popcorn for my Indian guides tribe.
While wearing a bandana and a fucking feather.
And a fluorescent orange feather. I was named Little Scout.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, it was offensive as shit to a lot of people. Big Scout, Little Scout. No.
No.
Yeah, you got fucked on that one,
Yeah,
didn't you?
my dad was Big Feather, my brother Little Feather, and I was Little Scout. But I went door to door, man, with my powwow popcorn.
Did anyone go, you offensive,
No,
racist
man,
little
because
shit?
everybody was just like, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
just trying to live.
Rule of thumb?
Come on,
Rule
that
of
can't
thumb.
be.
No. The rule of thumb, do you know where the rule of thumb came from?
Tell me.
It derived from the belief that English law allowed a man to beat the dog shit out of his wife with a stick as long as it was not wider than his thumb. It's the rule of thumb. Yeah, you could beat the shit out of her, just not using a stick wider than your thumb.
Oh my
all right?
God.
Yeah. So, does anyone even know that? We're informing people. Now I'm going to use it more
No,
because
this
it
was so
says
stupid
that.
about these things. Nobody knows these things.
Starving.
Nobody refers to the peanut gallery because there were black people who used to sit in this area during vaudeville.
Shame on
nobody
you.
does
Shame
that.
on you. Some might.
No.
You just taught me what rule of thumb means. Now it's fucking hilarious to me. I didn't know what it meant 5 minutes ago. Now I do. It's fucking hilarious, and I'm going to use it more. I didn't know part of English law said you could beat the shit out of your wife, period. Let alone using only a stick not wider than your thumb.
You didn't know she was your property?
I do now. So instead of rule of thumb, ladies and gentlemen, no offense to the ladies over there, standard or general rule. Starving. I'm starving. I'm broke. Oh, I'm broke. I'm starving. These terms appropriate real situations of hardship and can cause harm to individuals who are experiencing extreme poverty or hunger crisis. I'm not within earshot of anybody suffering those things. They're never going to know I said it, right? How many poverty-ridden, truly starving individuals are you around?
Yeah, I don't know that many.
And who is walking by that person going, I'm starving? Seeing that, like if you're on the
It's
streets,
like, have some couth, man.
you're walking down the streets in, I don't know, Livonia, and you see one of those babies with flies all over its face, and you just go, man, I'm starving. Next to him, you're a fucking socially unaware douchebag anyways, right?
Yeah.
So now you're supposed to say I'm hungry or I'm low on cash. Straight. I thought I was looking at a lot of straight men in this room, I think, except Isis, but whatever. The term straight implies that anyone LGBT is crooked or not normal. War, you can't say war. Going to war. It was a battle out there on the battlefield. Because people that have actually been to war might be triggering to them. No. If you know anyone that's been to war, there's some bad motherfuckers. They're not triggered by that. They're not. So you're supposed to say
I'll
hostile
remind them of the
environment.
good old days.
Yeah. Hell yeah. 36 confirmed kills, motherfucker. Hell yeah. That's going to war. Now you're supposed to say it's a hostile environment. Toxic or difficult. So, did you get all that? Isis, will you please hang that on the
Sure,
wall?
yeah.
All 8 pages of it?
Yeah, we'll look at it every day to make sure.
Hey, everybody, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900.
I should mention, quickly approaching will be the August 7th. Heroin has a great publicist live recording of an episode with J. Chris Newberg.
You see Newberg out there in Nebraska with Get Her Done. the Larry the Cable
Yeah.
Guy.
Oh, really? What is he
See
opening for him?
post- Yeah, yes. Awesome.
Yeah.
Get her done.
Get her done. He's supposed to be really smart too, Larry.
Yeah.
In real life. Yeah. Jay Chris live at Ridley's Comedy Castle Royal Oak Wednesday, August 7th. Heroin has live, and then he's in town doing a couple shows for a few nights there in a row. ComedyCastle.com for tickets. 248-542-9900. That's gonna be a really fun night. I know Eases will be there. Trav, you'll be there. Tim, you're gonna be out there. Yeah. T. Roy will be in the house. D-Mac's coming. It's going to be a fun event. Michelle Dion, of course, will be there. I did some binge listening of J. Chris Newberg this weekend, and
Y'all caught
it's
up?
fun. No, I'm not all caught up yet, but it's really good, man. He's doing better. He's just great. It's just great. I almost said better, but he's doing great. Did you see the dad? Plum forgot he had his twins in his back seat.
God damn, man. This is just
Fuck.
so awful.
You know, it's a hot Carl death. You know, twins. You leave your fucking twins in the car, and they just cook from the inside. You know, it was 85 in New York City. They said the temperatures got 108, the body temperature on
Yeah.
those little ones. A year old. He gets out of work. Like, he worked a proper 8-hour shift, comes out, gets in the car, drives for 10 minutes before he catches a glance in the rearview mirror. Wouldn't that car stink to fucking high hell after 8 hours?
Yeah, that's what they say, right? That's what the whole Pigman case was hinged around, right? The smell was a big deal because he came out during the middle of the day. Remember
Never looked
Pigman
inside.
did? Yeah,
Never
but
looked inside.
he put something that he bought. He went to like Auto Works or something and bought some bulbs for his blinker.
Yeah.
Threw him on the seat of his car, and the prosecution was like, "You would have smelled that child. That child was burning in that car."
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. So, to your point, Mike, yes, twin 1-year-olds in the back seat for 8 hours.
They're gonna shit their diapers, right?
Yeah.
Definitely going to shit a diaper. 2 shit diapers. How much will that stink?
What kind of car was this?
It was a Honda something.
Oh wow, a smaller
Honda
car.
Accord,
Oh my God.
right? 2 shit-filled diapers. I'm assuming the pungency of the urine will not be a problem, but 2 1-year-old shit-filled diapers is going to stinks, right? In a car.
Let alone 2 little cooked dudes.
Yeah. I feel so bad for this guy. He's released on bail from the prison and just falls into his wife's arms. Marissa, I guess her name is, outside the Bronx Criminal Court. So he's a social worker, Iraq war veteran, been charged with 2 counts of manslaughter, 2 counts of criminally negligent homicide over the deaths of his daughter Luna and his son Phoenix. Poor little guys. He forgot to drop the twins off at daycare Friday, leaving them to swelter in the back of his Accord for 8 hours while he was working in the Bronx. He found him foaming at the mouth, dead in the car, shortly after he finished his shift. You know, his lawyer, it looks like, is, and we might have talked to him, Joey Jackson. Did we interview Joey Jackson at one point? He was a CNN contributor, black guy.
I don't ever remember speaking with him.
I thought we did. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I like him. He held a press conference after and said he was inconsolable. He is still trying to come to terms with the horrific nature of this crime. You know, everybody that knows this guy, like the Pigman case was troubling, right?
Yeah, because he was searching up other chicks. He binged, you know, how hot does it need to be to cook your kid kind of thing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of questionable searches there.
And he was fucking, like,
Daily.
talking up all kinds of people on, like, hookers and stuff online.
Yeah.
So he was not easy to rally behind.
He was unsavory.
He was. I still said that doesn't mean he, you know, necessarily cooked the kids. Just because he's a piece of shit doesn't mean he intentionally left his kids in the car. But he's going to serve, you know, he'll be in jail forever for that, for the rest of his life. This guy, everyone you talk to, and if you look at his social media posts, it's like, there's the little babies. When one's got Almond Joy and one's got Mounds PJs on. He's like, in all the pictures with him, just looks like the proudest dad in the world. Mm-hmm. He does have 3 more kids.
Really?
2 others from a previous marriage. It's like, dude, you got 5 still. I mean, he's collapsing into his wife's arms, crying. She's standing by him.
I think the collapse is overrated. I watched the same video you did, Mike.
Yeah.
I believe part of that collapse, what you're portraying as a collapse, was partially a duck under a garage door. Pull it up, E.
Do you have any?
Do you have the collapse into the arms of the wife? And I hate to nitpick.
Well, no,
But
it's important. It's important. You
say
want to see what the
collapse-
body language is like in the, immediately after.
There's no doubt an embrace, but to say collapse, I'm not sure, Mike.
All right, I guess I didn't pay that much attention to the video.
He ducks under a garage door, and his wife is right there, and he sort of falls forward, leans forward into her.
And
That's my
you're
recollection.
saying it's not eligible
saying-
for collapse?
I'm
It's
saying
not
to
collapse
define
level?
that as a collapse is
Yeah.
overstating.
See, by saying he was inconsolable and collapsed into his wife's arms makes him sound so distraught
Does.
and heartbroken. You're
Yeah.
saying perhaps he was just ducking under a garage.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And maybe he didn't even give a shit.
That's what I'm reading into this.
Okay.
Maybe unfairly, I don't know.
Yeah,
But
fair
we're
enough.
early in this case, Mike.
He's always been there for his kids. Always. I would argue
not for
last
8 hours.
Friday, he really
Friday
wasn't there for
between
his
the
kids.
hours of 9 a.m. and
Yeah.
5.
Is it bad to call it Friday?
Oof.
You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. I mean, like, if this would have happened on Thursday, but Friday, I mean, I'm not saying it was intentional at all, but coincidental?
Oh, man.
What day did the pigman do it? Was it Friday?
I wonder how many of these things happen on Friday.
If I find that he spelled Friday with a Y instead of an I anywhere, he's going down to Chinatown. He says, let's see, according to police report, Rodriguez returned to his car minutes before 4 p.m. on Friday and was driving for 10 minutes before he realized. Imagine catching a glimpse of that shit in your
Oh, my
rearview mirror.
God. You just,
Can you imagine, like, that moment?
heart would just sink.
So he pulls over. He realizes the father burst into screams, which attracted the attention of a bystander, calls 911. I assumed I dropped him off at daycare before I went to work. I blanked out. My babies are dead. I killed my babies. I do like the fact that neighbors are going, look, man, you couldn't get a better father. He was constantly with them, playing with them. So they said he was always been there for his kids. Facebook photos show him as a devoted family man. Frequently posting pictures, of the kids. Terrible story. It is, obviously. Something you'll never, ever forget would be my guess.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
God.
Like, that's going to be with him
What a mistake.
forever. And hopefully he and his wife can make that work. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
That's going to create some tension.
yeah. It's like the grandpa that held
Oh,
the
my
baby.
God.
I know.
Holding the baby out of the
Yeah.
cruise ship window.
Yeah. Just my little poops.
Dropped it on its head from like how many stories up?
15,
15
9.
stories
I
onto the
mean-
dock below.
Babies very rarely will survive a 15-story drop onto their heads on concrete. Very rare.
Yeah.
This baby apparently liked banging on the windows at home. Yeah, the bang on the windows. And so he holds her up, thinking it's a window on the cruise ship, and she goes to bang and just falls forward, and old fucking all thumbs, Butterfingers, grandpa,
Yeah.
just fucking assumes that the window's gonna, carry some of the load of holding this thing up, and just
Oh my
out
God.
the baby
oh my
goes.
God.
I mean, who do you blame? Do you blame Papa for that?
I guess they're not, right? Family's sticking by
Yeah.
Papa.
Yeah, that's what they say.
All right, here's the falling into her arms now.
Collapsing.
Collapsing into her arms. Now here's the wife waiting outside. The garage door goes up. And the perp is coming out. He leans forward. Is that collapsing?
In no way is that a collapse.
Yeah.
That is bullshit. I did not see that video, Jay. That's bullshit. That is anything but a collapse.
Well, I'm glad I could draw your attention to it, Mike.
Jesus, shame on you, media. Collapse. At no point is that a collapse.
He can't
Dude,
wait to get in the car.
He can't wait to get his arms off his
I
wife.
know,
He
man.
hopped into the car.
There ought to be a longer embrace. Oh my God! He should literally collapse into his wife's arms.
I
Oh my
pictured,
God!
like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's holding them up. She's going,
Dude,
it's okay, honey. We all make
he-
mistakes.
He clearly ducks onto this garage.
Ducks under the garage and then
Gives
just
her a
goes
quick
in for a
hug.
Yep, quick peck on the cheek.
Safer to
and-
say he hop, skipped, and jumped into
yeah,
his car.
It's like, where are we going for dinner?
Yeah, what's up? I'm starving. God, I gotta change these clothes, man. I'm wearing this shit since Friday.
Ew, you smell like dead baby.
Oof,
get
what
you
is
home.
that smell?
Yeah,
That's what we call hashtag Friday. That's what you're smelling is Friday all over my clothes.
Oh man.
Poor Mr. Rodriguez. Can you say Rodriguez? Isis, can you just try it one time?
There's so much. Why? Because I
You've
can't
been
do
practicing. Come on.
it. Rodriguez.
That was.
It's not bad.
Shut up. Shut up. It's not bad.
Juan Rodriguez. Yes, you are. Don't say you know. Don't take a knee.
so
Come on,
dumb.
Isis, one time. Juan, you've been practicing whistling. You want
I-
to show off your whistling skills?
No, I can't. No, the whistling is not going very well.
He comes into my house 3 times a week. He can't
I
do
can't-
anything.
I
He
can-
can't alter the pitch or
Right, I
anything.
can't do anything. All I can
Try it.
I can't always even do that. Let me
Huh?
Wow.
see. Look, and then I can't
Huh?
do it again.
Huh?
So if I even have remotely a sound, then I can't do it again for like 5 minutes. It seems like.
Oh my gosh.
How many months have you been practicing that?
I've been kind of working on it for like 6 months now.
Yeah. 6 months, and he's getting it. He's getting the hang of it.
He'll be introing patience in no time.
See, nothing, dude. I just did it, and now I can't do it again already.
Dude, if you do karaoke at a bar and pull out Guns N' Roses Patience, and you pull that move out, you're
all I
going
can do
home with
right
chicks. You are taking girls home.
I know. Well, that's all I can do though, and I can't even do it all the time. Like if I do it once successfully, then I'm like done for like a few minutes.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's.
So my point is,
outstanding.
if you practice a little bit, Rodriguez will be nothing. That'll be easy.
No, that's
It'll
not.
roll off
I'm
the
not
tongue.
doing that. Like, I have no desire to roll my R's.
All right.
I would like to whistle though. I do wish I could find out how to whistle better. Maybe I should Google it or something.
God damn it.
Is that so you can whistle while you work, stuff like that you've been missing out on all these years?
I don't know. There's just I do for some reason have a desire to know how to whistle.
You eat way too many saltines. It'll never work.
With peanut butter on them. It's impossible. Were you going to do a read? You look like you were
Sure, yeah.
about
Hey,
to read up
if
proper.
you suffered a traumatic accident or injury, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case at no cost to you. They will negotiate the best price, save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more information, go to firstcalldetroit.com. That's firstcalldetroit.com.
Hey, did you see the story in the Freep about how we've been merging wrong all these years?
Oh, I've read those in the past. Yeah, the
Yeah.
whole zipper thing and all that. Yeah.
So when you've got like a construction zone, Orange Barrel,
You know,
we're
I
all
think this is
familiar with.
a yearly thing where they
they
teach
do
you.
that every
I
year?
think they teach this, and they also say, "Oh, it's a heat wave, so make sure you stay in a cool spot." And
Yeah, if
you
you
know,
know an old fucker, check
yeah,
out.
they give you these like 5 bullet points. You
Yeah.
know, stay in air conditioning or in front of a fan if possible.
The problem is they want you to zipper. So what you usually see is as it's coming down to, one lane from 2 or whatever, people will start merging early, and then you leave this one lane to the left open, where people could cruise up, and then last minute they get in. That's the zipper. They want you to zipper. They say that's better. The problem is we all think that guy's an asshole, like
Yes.
he's cutting the line, right?
Yeah, I've recently in the last 6 months, I think, or whatever. I think I grieved it one time, and I've now come back in the fact that I realize I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
What do you
Oh
mean?
wow.
I said this on the show, I think, already before.
You have never admitted
that's,
you were
that's
wrongdoing.
not true. That's not true. I've said. In fact, I think that's what I was saying. I wouldn't even never bring this up again if you didn't do a story about it. But I think I grieved it for one, and then I think like a month or two later, like a month or two ago, I came out and said I was wrong about this.
He read one of these articles.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, 100%. Because there's this place I go that I drive through almost every day where I have to do it. And it's just, I started realizing in my own mind, like, same thing, like, this isn't even a construction situation. This is just a situation where there's a light, long, 1 lane, 2 lane, but then the 2 lanes goes to 1 pretty soon after the light. And I used to think, what an asshole, these motherfuckers going to the right. But it's like, the reality is like, dude, there's a lot of traffic. So if there's a green light, you get more people through that light if people do both
Everybody
those lanes.
zippers.
Right, and that's just
Yeah.
nice and lets people in.
The problem is there's shitty zippers out there.
I know.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
that's really a problem. And they've done studies on this, transportation areas. Like in a couple states, they had billboards like, zipper, motherfucker, don't just, you think you're doing the right thing by getting in early, but that apparently causes way more problems than anything. And so they say you could clear up almost up to 40% of delays if people just did this, just like drove up, kept that left lane going, and then just kind of all got in line. Do you guys do that? Charge the front?
I do a lot, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're that asshole.
I mean, I
who's doing
shouldn't say
it right.
a lot. I do it. I do it enough, to.
Are you ever the guy that parks like pulls halfway into the
I
lane
used
to
to do it.
stop people from going
Yeah,
up?
I've done that too. I
I've
play
done
it
it
both
too,
ways.
and I'm trying to like be polite. Like I got this, everybody. I got this. I'm looking out for you. Apparently, I'm a total asshole for doing that.
You're ruining the zipper.
I'm ruining the zipper. I'm giving the zipper no chance.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was a thing. So
You didn't know the zipper was a thing?
no, I knew the zipper was a thing, but I honestly
What didn't you
believed,
know
like,
was a thing?
I didn't know that was the right thing. The zipper was the right thing. I thought all this time, like, okay, I'll do that. Like if I need to be somewhere, I'm late. Like when I would go to Ann Arbor for broadcasts, like I'd be late all the time, and there could be a huge backup. It was like, fuck it, I'm going anyway.
Well, if you're flying, though, the zipper has failed. And it's not your fault. You're flying up the left open lane. The zipper has already failed. It should be
moving.
Yes, it should have regular traffic in the left lane. It's
Yeah.
the point of the zipper. Then we all just zipper over. But if you're flying up there, you are part of the problem.
It's a broken zipper at that point, is what you're saying?
it's all messed up.
Yeah. Well, we struggle with a lot of aspects of this. I still don't understand why when the light turns green, if we all can't just floor it, like just go, all of us floor it at the same time. I go as that guy goes. Like I just don't understand.
But well, okay, that probably like. Yeah, but you're assuming that every single person is just looking straight
Yeah,
up at the
I know.
light. Are
It's
you
asking
every
a lot.
time?
It's asking a lot. People got to pay attention.
Are you? I mean, no, I don't mean to be like to
Hey,
you, but
I'm not going to be the problem with this. All right. When we decide to do this, I'll be on board.
Doesn't
That's
everybody
my
have to put their
suggestion.
phone down first?
Yeah, you have to take a second. You have to second to put the phone down, then a second to look at the green light.
I think that the penalty is if I fucking destroy your back end, that's on you, dude. I floored it. You should have floored it. This wouldn't have been a problem. Suck a dick. It's on you. Your fender's fucked
You better
up.
be
It's not
ready
my problem.
every time yourself, then too.
That's fine. That's fine. I will be.
You will be.
Can we? We haven't figured out the roundabouts yet either. Those
No.
ones drive me nuts. How are you stopped at a fucking roundabout,
I know.
dude?
There are times you should be stopped at a roundabout.
No,
of
there's
course
not.
there are.
You
Yeah, for
fucking
sure.
merge in. You
Dude.
merge in.
No, that's wrong.
The
But
roundabout-
people don't know how to do them.
The roundabout you're not supposed to stop at.
You can
talking about?
absolutely stop at a roundabout.
If
a
you're an
car is-
asshole-
Oh my god, man!
Isn't that the point of the roundabout?
The point of the roundabout is not to have a
total.
total. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You don't want a light there, but you absolutely have to yield sometimes to a stop at a roundabout.
You yield, sure.
Oh my gosh!
you-
So you don't you're just like
I'm
roundabout.
flying
I'm
in.
not
Hell no.
stopping.
Dude, I am going in.
What if there's a car coming around there? You could be that car.
No, I go into
Would
the
you
first lane.
object
He's
to
in the
another car
second
not
lane.
stopping at the roundabout when you're coming around to their entry point?
I'm gonna let
you
him know.
would, wouldn't
I'm
you? A
coming in
grievance
hot.
would find you at that point.
I'm coming in hot, and he better be prepared to react.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you look up how to properly do the roundabout? I bet it says in there that you're not supposed to stop.
What are you? No.
I swear. All right.
You have to abide by traffic. I mean, if no cars there, you don't stop. If there's a car coming, you stop.
Am I insane? Aren't you? Isn't the point of the roundabout to keep
Yes,
the
it is.
flow
It
going?
is
You
to
got-
increase flow. But if there's a car coming,
no,
right,
Big Ben, Parliament, fucking let people
oh my
in.
gosh, do you just pull out of any driveway?
No,
No,
not
it's
a
the same
roundabout.
thing.
But yes, I
You're
do pull
waiting
out
at
of
a
any
driveway, essentially, pulling into that roundabout. You must stop if there is a car
Obviously,
that you
there are
cannot
probably
clear.
times that I'm wrong that you should, but I thought the whole point was to not stop.
Yeah, I mean, you want the traffic flow. I agreed. And it helps tremendously.
Watch, does he
No.
stop? Fuck no, he doesn't. He's going for it.
Uh-oh, he stopped,
Yeah,
didn't he?
and he's wrong. They're teaching you what not to do.
The very
This
first
video-
lesson on the roundabout is a stopped car at the roundabout.
Keep in the same travel lane you were in when you entered the roundabout. Use the right turn. So, yeah, we all know to use turn signals. Ugh.
So you literally don't stop it when you
No,
approach.
no, I'm not on the road that often.
Wow.
But I don't. You guys
Oh,
tell me
roundabout. I just go.
you
I mean,
stop at a roundabout.
if
All the
dude,
time I have
you're gonna
to.
be hit.
You have to stop sometimes if there's backed up shit. If I'm the first guy in, fuck no, I'm not stopping ever.
Oh my gosh.
Ever. I am coming in.
Oh. Don't ever drive on the M5 when I'm on the M5.
Dude, I know how to navigate. Can you guys not anticipate? Is there no anticipation ability in this room?
Well, I don't think you
see
drive-
the guy coming, you slow down,
Well,
you
you know what it
brake
is?
accordingly, you never come to a full stop, and you find your hole. You hit your hole.
Yeah,
don't drive
that
during rush
usually
hour,
is in
I guess.
practice how it kind of works. You see him coming, and you do. Yeah, you kind of.
I mean, I'd be
find your
shocked
hole.
if you're not anticipating.
I mean,
I imagine
just-
you wasn't
just
anticipating.
As that example showed, there are times where you just physically have to stop, or you will be broadsided.
That person in that example, cartoon as it may be, should not have stopped. Should not have stopped. Didn't have to. Could have navigated, anticipated,
You
and
want
done that right.
a 4-minute video of how to use a roundabout?
I will shut shit down and we'll watch a 4-minute video and teach us how to do this.
All we have is time. That's all we have.
Okay, well, shit, I didn't fucking...
Ooh, what do you do if an emergency vehicle is coming around the roundabout, Mike? Flashers on. What do you do? Jump in front of it?
Usually my radio is so loud I can't hear them. So what usually I do is go, fuck, didn't see you, bro, sorry.
Yeah.
And then I pull over.
Yeah.
Slow down, choose your lane. I agree with all that.
I don't know where we're going to get to the stopping. I mean, it's 4 minutes.
Make sure to stop.
This is absurd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Golden Tate. See Golden Tate?
Golden Taint.
He's getting 4 games. He got a 4-game
man.
suspension. This is bullshit. You know what? Like, performance-enhancing drugs, like, the list is so long of what these guys, like, there are guys that end up failing this test, and it's like, shit, man. What's my doctor? He prescribed me this. I had no idea this, whatever. He's issued a statement because he failed a test.
Yeah.
And I just don't see Golden Tate. Obviously, the wide receiver won Super Bowl, at least one, with the Seattle Seahawks, came to the Lions, was great, and now is with the Giants. So he said this past April during the offseason, my wife and I decided to see a specialist for fertility planning. I started the treatment prescribed to me, and just days later I discovered it contained an ingredient that is on the league's banned substance list. I immediately discontinued use, reported the situation to the independent administrator of the NFL policy on PEDs, and I spoke with my coaches and GM. I did all of this well before a failed test was even confirmed. Per NFL protocol, an initial suspension was imminent, but myself and the Giants organization are confident in the facts, eagerly await my appeal to put this behind us. And then he talks about, look, during my career, I've gone out of my way to be a pillar for the community and do things the right way. If that's true,
Yeah, that seems harsh. Where he's reported like, "Ooh, my bad. I was doing this other thing. Had no idea it
Yeah.
had this active ingredient," and then they still go, "Aha,
yeah.
gotcha."
And then it's in the paper. He failed a P. You immediately figure he's taking some sort of steroid. There's some nefarious activity. Wool is being pulled or attempted to be pulled. But if that's the case, it's like,
But at the same time, other side of it is, dude, this is your livelihood. Like, how are you putting anything in your body without like first having approval from the NFL?
yeah. And it sounds like, in fairness, like the league just has a steadfast rule that if you fail a test, automatically a 4-game suspension kicks
Zero
in.
tolerance.
Yeah. And so that doesn't mean he can't appeal and they can't shorten it or whatever. So it sounds harsh, but who knows what they'll end up giving him for real.
Who's he with now?
The New York Giants. Yeah. I hated to see him go.
Didn't they trade him to the Cowboys or something? And
No,
they
we
got him for the rest.
we got like snacks, remember, or whatever for him or something.
I don't think so. I think Snacks got cut and the Lions signed Snacks.
What's that?
I think they traded him to the Cowboys for like a 3rd rounder or 5th rounder or something.
Tim thinks he knows. What is the answer here?
Timothy.
The Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, so they got him for the
Did
rest
he
of
win
the
a
year.
Super Bowl with the Eagles? No.
He spent the rest of last year, like the last 9 games with the Eagles.
That's right. And struggled, I think, to fit into this system. Didn't he kind of not do what they thought?
I didn't even know he was on the
player?
Eagles. I thought he was on the Cowboys.
Yeah, he was definitely not on the Cowboys. He played against the Cowboys, though. Maybe that's what you're thinking.
Probably did.
Yeah. You're not getting excited about football season at all? Like training camps open up?
No, but Premier League starts August 9th, man.
What? What is the Premier League? I don't even know
What do you
the fuck
mean?
that
The
is.
English Premier League?
Maybe I'll pick a team.
Huh?
Pick a team,
I
Easus.
might pick a team
Man
in the
City.
Premier League.
All over Man
I don't.
City.
You know what though? I don't
I
want
like
to
Real
pick a team.
Madrid,
Hotties
dude.
is
I
over there
got the
shaking his head when I
No,
said
so you know
Man
what I would
City.
do though? I would want to pick a team that I don't want to like. I don't want to be the cliche. I want to pick a team that would be like maybe a
Okay,
little bit of an
Oh,
underdog.
you're saying
or
I'm a cliche by picking Real Madrid?
No, not you. I'm saying just
All right,
you said
E-
man. Like I don't want to just be that.
Fulham, Everton.
Okay,
One of those.
Sure, whatever. I don't want. I want them to
Wolverhampton.
I want them to
Those
have a
sounds
chance.
like
but
colleges in the South.
Yeah.
I want them to have a chance, but I don't want to just be like, "Yep, now I'm the Man U."
Okay.
You know
well,
what I mean?
Man, Chelsea.
Or whatever.
Take Chelsea.
Okay, fine, good enough.
Chelsea's a pretty big name,
Yeah,
though, right?
you got Christian Pulisic, the
Exactly.
You know,
Oh, that's my
US
new
wonder-
boy.
Really?
Right. I'm gonna get a
Everybody knows
jersey
that.
now.
Yeah. There you go.
I might seriously.
Get a Pulisic jersey and support
Right,
the boys
okay.
in blue.
There you go. All right. Do we have any email?
We do have some email. Isis, would you be so kind as to pull up a video? Let me give it a little rundown here first. Let you know who this dude is. So yeah, Jeff is a guy that we met at the event where Isis got his hair shaved off.
Sure.
Over at the Hamlin Pub.
Yeah.
And he is a boat driver, one of those hydroplanes, right?
Oh, nice.
And so we had somebody a couple weeks ago email in a picture like, "Hey, I saw this hydroplane. It has a Detroit Cast sticker on it." We were like, "Yes, we know that dude." So this is the dude who
We
owns
have
the
a couple
boat.
guys like that. Don't we have a race car driver?
Yeah,
too?
yeah. So this guy Jeff, Mike J, and Shalom. So a while back, you guys mentioned our hydroplane race boat on the show. Last weekend was our first race with it. I was having issues with the wing in the front getting moved by wind and waves causing steering issues.
That'll happen.
My
Yeah.
third race that weekend, I was told to keep it in a neutral position. On my second lap, right after passing the yellow boat, I tried to level the wing out on a straightaway, which
Tummy
put
crashed.
way too much air under the boat and instantly backflipped it.
Oh, nice.
As it was happening, I was like Mike's no voice.
No.
And I remember thinking, well, this is it. I'm flipping. Please land right side up. And miles per hour definitely stood for my penis hurts after landing. I tried to keep racing. Dude, the fucking guy backflipped and
we have
landed.
video of it?
It's there, baby. Let it fly.
And
Isis.
can you see the sticker of the Detroit Cast?
No, it's
it?
on the back.
God damn it. Is there audio?
Just race him along.
Cooking along. He's about to screw it up. No. I got this. I'm going to win.
Just boating along there.
Yeah, everything's fine. I got this.
Going about 90.
Cruising.
I thought I was right there. Fuck.
Jesus.
Oh, for the love of fuck, Jesus.
Here we go, baby. Here
Yeah,
we go.
everything's fine.
Here we go. Oh,
No.
Dude, he landed and
My
kept
penis
going.
hurt.
He landed and kept going.
My penis hurts.
Look at him go. He's
Yeah.
still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want video from the.
That's
He
going to slow him
freaking
down, though.
backflipped
He's not
and kept
gonna win.
going. Yeah, he
He's not
probably
going to
got
win with
passed right
performance
there.
like that. He's going to get lapped for sure.
I want video from the like another angle.
I
man.
know, man. What a
Look at this. I
lucky
want to see
bastard.
it. So where's he in trouble?
You'll see it right
There.
here.
Oh,
yeah.
no. I got it. Wonder how fast he went. Does he say?
Let's see. He doesn't give me a MPH.
I want to know how fast he was actually going there.
I tried to keep racing like maybe nobody noticed and was yelled at on the radio to stop and shut it down. I'm attaching. Yeah.
He quit. He gave up after that.
The flip is about 6 minutes into the video. Some damage to the hull. Got to check out the engine, but Pure Energy
Oh,
Racing
the
will be
hull's
back
fine.
again.
I could tell from the video. The hull's just fine.
I think it's intact.
Yeah, it's fine.
Well done, Jeff.
Keep going. Just floor it, man. Get back in there. You're gonna make the Detroit Cast name look bad. Our sticker's on that boat.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck. What kind of shit hull you got, anyways? Can't handle a backflip? Ugh,
God, what motivates you to buy one of those? Look at that thing.
it's badass. Can you see our sticker on that?
Just
picture?
love racing. One of these does. Let me.
No, for you professional drivers, boaters, motorcyclists, whatever, if you're gonna, emblazon our logo onto your machine, win some fucking races.
Seriously.
All right? It's not just about placing; it's about winning, right?
Yes. There it is.
There it is. Yeah, that's got our name on it. Detroit Cast.
hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Way to go, Jeff with a G. Glad you're safe. Glad you're well.
Ooh, that was a Jeff with a G.
This is Jeff with a G.
Boy.
You know, if we didn't have video, I wouldn't have trusted his email.
Yeah.
Everybody get a 2-pack of My Pillows premiums for $69.98. That's
Mike
only
Lindell.
$34.99 per pillow, which is the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available at mypillow.com. Use promo code TDC for the
We
very
got to
best
get him on
discount.
this week.
Hey, Corey was just telling us that rumor is he may run for Congress
yeah.
against Ilhan Omar.
Dude, that's in the fucking. That's on the news programs.
That's hilarious.
If you watch any of the new episodes of the news, they're talking about him running, and they're just, yeah, Mike Lindell. It's like, okay, we got to get Mike on.
Dude, him against her, that would be so funny.
He'd whoop the shit out of her, wouldn't he, in Minnesota?
It depends on the district, right? I mean, I
I don't know. I mean, he's a hero there.
He would
He
seem to
brought
be.
Jesus sheets to the fine folks of Minnesota. Right?
Yeah.
He was
Dude,
a
believe me.
19-year crack addict. What more do you need, Minnesota?
This is Mike Lindell. Can you hear me?
Come
Oh,
on, Mike.
absolutely. Absolutely.
My wife's really going to be upset about this.
My wife's really going to be upset about this. I'm looking for some drugs here. Not, I could care less what you guys have going on between you two.
We'll get him on this week, I
Yeah.
promise. Yes. I've talked to Don. We were supposed to do it last week, and the week got away from us, but we'll get Mike on. If he's available at all, we'll get him on this week and ask him about that. I'm sure he'll have some nice words to say about Representative Elon Omar or whatever.
Maybe we
fucking
can talk him
name
into
is.
announcing his run on our airwaves.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude,
Come on, Mike.
we'll
Tell
push.
the people.
We'll push.
Oh, we'll push.
Absolutely. I mean, shit, we had no problem. Shameless going, hey, man, we got a charity going on. Can you donate to it? Tell me what you
You
need.
tell me what you need, and then we'll triple it, and we'll call it a day.
Triple it and call it a day.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right, let's get out of here. Thank you to Twin Peaks, the fine folks over there, for bringing food for our guests. Leslie, thank you for being a proud member. Love having you here. Hope you had fun. And your friend Sharon, you guys were well behaved. Thank you for that. Timmy, you're here too. Thank you for being a member, brother. Trav, Corey, not Aaron. Fuck Aaron, who didn't show. Thank you guys, Trav. Your never-ending support and help is appreciated. And Corey, if Trav vouches for you, then you're good. You're good with us. So, thanks everybody for hanging with us. We'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll join us then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.